Hi, I'd like to show a few more silver coins I've recently purchased. I thought I'd purchase a few more because the price of silver is going up dramatically. A little while ago it was about 60 pence per gram. It's now gone up to £2.28 a gram. So it shows you that silver prices at this time, in beginning of January 2026, it has gone up tremendously. So I thought I'd get these because the actual value of the silver within the coins will soon be coming over the price of the sort of the numismatic value of the coin itself. So this is about 28 grams, that sort of thing. So it's about 50 odd pounds in value of silver, and the actual coin itself is worth 70 with its historical numismatic value. So it shows you that eventually these might well be higher than the silver value might be higher than the actual numismatic value. And so that's the problem. A lot of antiques in Britain have been melted down because the value of their metal is higher than the value that people want to buy a Georgian candlestick or a Victorian teapot, a silver teapot. They'll melt it down because its value in silver is higher than its value as an object. And so that is very sad, but that's the way it is. So we've got Patrona Bavaria, so she must be the patron of Bavaria. I think it's the Madonna and Child, yeah. Because I know the person I get these coins from, he's got a lot of Second World War Nazi silver. I think they had 2 or 3 marks, and he's sent them off to get melted down because people don't want those, they want silver, so that he sent them off to a melting factory and they'll melt them down, take out any of the residue and just give him silver bars instead, which is a great shame because all that history has now gone forever. And he had about 50 or 60 of these coins and he just melted them down because people want the actual silver coin rather than 925 or whatever it is. So here we got Ludwicus II of Bavaria Rex, so King of Bavaria. So there's a time before Germany had been united, so it's still a federated states. So I think it's 71 after the Russo-Prussian War that it was united, but even so a lot of the states still kept their own coinage or high values anyway. This one's Prussia, 1817. Einthaler, again it's the same sort of value, about 28 grams of silver, 1817. And there you've got the eagle on top of this one. I think I've shown you one at the last video, but this one has got a different backing to it. It's got the king there instead of the other one. So we've got Frederick William III, King of Prussia. Here we've got another one. Saxony. Saxony made a lot of silver coins because they had a silver mine in Saxony, I believe. 1841. So here we've got Frederick Augustus, King of Saxony. Quite a nice coin, quite a hefty content of silver. And here we've got another one with Einthaler and the coat of arms, 1841. Then I've got some sort of normalish ones. I've got Switzerland. 1 cent, 1934. Now, Switzerland produced these for years and years and years. They didn't change their designs much on their coinage, so they're a bit boring because you've got these going from about 1870 to about 1950 or something. So, nice little coin. Now you've got the arms of Switzerland there, Helvetia, the name of Switzerland in the Swiss language, rather than German or French or Italian. Malaya. Here we got a nice copper coin, half a cent. Malaya, 1940. So during the war, I don't think had been captured yet. Probably hadn't been captured by the Japanese yet. Malaya had been captured during the Second World War, but it might have been a bit later than this. Here you've got some of these coins from India, Ceylon, Strait settlements in Malaya. They've got these sort of different shapes. Like they've got scalloped ones, and they've got ones like this. They seem to go for them, rather than in England where it's nearly all round coins. They seem to go for a variety of different shapes. So here we've got King George the Sixth, King and Emperor. Another one of Malaya, 1945, 5 cents. Commissioner of Currency. So this must be at the time when Malaya had been liberated from the Japanese. Then again, you got the head of King George the Sixth. Very nice portrait. Now we got one of Japan, 1964. This must be one of the Olympic ones. Olympic, must have been in 64, must have been the Olympics. And then we've got 100 cents, is it? Again, Tokyo 1964, so that must be in the Tokyo Olympics. One of Italy, 1900, 2 centavos, just about see it there. These dark ones are very difficult to see sometimes. You have to get them in the right light to see them. It's a nice coin, but it's difficult to see sometimes. 2 centavos. And there's the king there. Let's see, Umberto, is it, or something like that? Begins with a U, I think. But again, it's difficult to get his name. On the video, it'll probably be better than it is through just seeing it through that eye. Here we've got one, Iceland. Iceland didn't produce many coins either. Iceland 25 Ora, I think that is. 1937. And again, we got the shield of Iceland there with the, because it was still under Danish rule. So you got the Christian the 10th, is that? Denmark. Finland, 1905, 10 Penia. Now, I think it's still under the, I think it's still the Duchy of Russia at this time. Yes, it was. So it must be Nicholas II. He was Duke of Finland and Tsar of Russia. So it's still under the Russian occupation. Nicholas II. 1905. So problems were happening at that time in Russia. It was starting to get a bit more political. I think there was a revolution in 1905. Was a few people shot in 1905? I've got a feeling something rings a bell in 1905. Ceylon, 1908, same sort of period. We've got a little palm tree down there, I think it is. Half a cent. And here you got, so we Edward the seventh, Edward the Seventh. There he is, in all his glory. 1931, Canada, 5 cents. Nice little one just before the war, between the wars. Quite a nice design there. And again, you've got this one, it's George V. Looking very regal. Quite a nice little coin. I think these are all silver coins at that period. Now we've got one, Austria, True Groschen, 1926. Very funny shape 2 there. I'm not sure why they've a bit of arty design, I suppose, but I don't know if I like it. I think I prefer a normal 2 than that. It looks a bit odd. It looks like it's going to be a flap off. I don't know. And there you got the coat of arms there. Not a very nice design, I don't think. Österreich, 1926. Angola, 1955. 50 centimes or something like that, because it's Portuguese. Centavos maybe. Angola, under Portuguese control. There you got the arms of Portugal as well on there. This one's an odd one, I can't find it in my little book. Algiers, 5 cents, 1917. So it must have been during the First World War. I've got to look a bit more about this one, 5 cents. Algiers. It's not in my book as under Algeria. That, it's got to look like a snake up a branch sort of thing. But again, they're very difficult to see. Some of these dark coins, these copper coins. Sometimes they come better out when you look at them under the video. And last but not least, we've got Algeria. 100 francs, 1952. I think there was sort of civil war between the French and the Algerians at this period. It's quite violent, I believe. Algeria. And the République Française, because it's still part of the French sort of empire. I think it's a bit later in the 50s it got independence after a very nasty war. But you got the French symbol there. Okay, I hope you enjoyed that. I'll come back to you again because I've got to break this up into 2 videos because I've got quite a few coins because I thought I'd get them now because I'm not sure how long they're going to stay at these prices with the silver going bananas. Please, if you haven't, please subscribe because it doesn't cost anything and it does help me a lot. Add a comment if you can, even if it's a hi, it all helps, and give it a thumbs up. Again, that all helps my little channel get a bit more viewers. Okay, I'll see you again soon. Okay, bye.